Welcome to this edition of the Lucid Quest Immunology Strategic Roundup, covering developments from 14 July through 18 August 2026. The defining story of this reporting period was the race to convert promising immunology mechanisms into durable, multi-indication franchises. The market is increasingly rewarding not just clinical activity, but deeper outcome evidence, indication breadth, regulatory durability, and commercial reach. In this period, 4 key themes stood out. The first was the rising evidence standard in IgA nephropathy. Novartis secured traditional FDA approval for Fabhalta after 2-year data demonstrated slower decline in kidney function, while Otsuka's visionary results for Voyxact also showed sustained preservation of eGFR versus placebo. Strategically, this shifts the competitive discussion beyond proteinuria toward whether therapies can materially alter long-term kidney outcomes. That could make organ preservation an increasingly important differentiator as the market matures. What remains uncertain is how complement and APRIL inhibition will ultimately be positioned, including sequencing, patient selection, and any potential role for combinations. The second theme was franchise expansion in autoimmune dermatology. Rinvoq's European approvals in non-segmental vitiligo and severe alopecia areata demonstrate how an established immune mechanism can move into diseases with historically limited systemic options. The strategic advantage is reuse. Existing clinical, regulatory, safety, and commercial capabilities can support expansion into adjacent indications. But biological portability does not guarantee commercial portability. Reimbursement, safety perceptions, treatment duration, and competing mechanisms will determine whether these approvals translate into broader systemic treatment markets. The third theme was M&A focused on future indication optionality. Argenx's proposed acquisition of Forte Biosciences and Biogen's acquisition of Raythera illustrate growing interest in mechanisms that could support multiple development programs, rather than a single lead indication. This can increase the strategic value of early human validation, but it also concentrates risk around whether one biological thesis translates across diseases. FB102's celiac disease data and future indication choices will therefore be important tests of the CD122 platform thesis, while Raythera's earlier stage programs remain less validated. The fourth theme was market access durability. Alpha Sigma's planned acquisition of Nordic Pharma highlights the strategic value of acquiring established products, specialist capabilities, and commercial infrastructure across multiple markets. Tavneos illustrates the opposite dynamic. Differentiated biology can rapidly lose commercial value when regulatory access disappears. Together, these developments show that franchise building requires companies both to establish market access and defend it over time. The open question is how effectively Alpha Sigma converts its expanded footprint into portfolio productivity, and how European AAV treatment patterns adjust following Tavneos' withdrawal. Looking ahead, we will be watching Voyxact's regulatory path and the evolving differentiation of IgAN therapies, FB102's next clinical proof point, systemic adoption of Rinvoq in vitiligo and alopecia areata, and how AAV demand redistributes in Europe. The key takeaway is that immunology competition is shifting from mechanism selection toward franchise conversion. Long-term advantage will depend on whether promising biology can be translated into durable clinical evidence, multiple indications, regulatory confidence, and sustainable market access. Thank you for joining this edition of the Lucid Quest Strategic Roundup. For more healthcare market intelligence and strategic analysis, visit www.lqventure.com.